west right now. I'm heading up to the other side of Alabama, actually. It's kind of like the northwestern area of the state. There's another national forest up here. I believe it's called Bankhead. It's about 2 hours away from the Talladega National Forest. But yeah, this is as far west as I've ever been. So this is new territory for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this national forest is going to look like. Just got to a Walmart kind of close to where I'm trying to go. Stocked up on supplies, so enough to last for a few days. My map says I'm still about 40 minutes away just from the edge of the forest, so there's no telling how long it's going to take to get on into the forest where I want to be, but that's okay. It's still early in the afternoon, so got plenty of time. When I get here, it'll be interesting to see what the forest roads look like. It looks like on the map that the road crosses a number of, creeks and little rivers, and it has been raining a little bit, so some of those roads might be washed out. It could be a straight shot, or take a little bit of time to find a spot. The dirt now. I think that I'm already in the forest right here, and if not quite yet, I'm right on the edge of it. So I expect to see some signs telling me that I'm entering. But yeah, got a few miles to go, maybe about 25 minutes to a spot I'm trying to get to. So we'll see what we find down this road. So it was getting pretty flat. The landscape was kind of flattening out, but now, oh boy, getting back into some rocky, hilly kind of a landscape. All right, well, I am afraid that this road I just turned down is probably not gonna work. It's getting a little too rough for my taste. You can see it right there, and then up ahead there's a nice little puddle that I would not push it through. So the problem I'm in now is this is one of those situations where there aren't that many places to turn around without getting into the mud. And I just came down a pretty slick hill. Don't think I want to try to back up this hill. So I need to figure out something I can do to turn around here. This right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a nice little bump that I don't know if the van could make. So maybe right here. It's a bit of a pickle, but we'll figure something out. It might be a 10-point turn I have to make, but I will have to get turned around somehow. Oh, wow. Well, that went a lot better than I was expecting. I did end up just pushing it a little bit up onto that hump just so I could get a foot or two to make my turn in. Wow. Well, I feel fortunate to have not gotten stuck in that mud right there. But yeah, no, gonna head back up this little offshoot road and get back on the main one and keep on going. According to the map, there should be sort of a trail, like a loop trail, just up the road here, probably about a quarter mile. And I'm thinking there might be some pull-offs for people who want to hike on the trail, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. So I'm gonna get over this hill and see what it looks like. But luckily, the forest is humongous, so if not here, there will be somewhere. Well, I have hit the pavement once again. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly where I am. I have some idea, but yeah, the map is a little unclear as to yeah, which road this is. But I'm gonna go on down this way to the left here and see if anything looks promising. So I just passed a sign that said there might be a camp spot up down this road here. It said it was called Owl Creek Horse Camp. So I don't know what to expect, if it's a recreation area where you have to pay or what, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it and go from there. So one sign I just passed said that, ooh, oh, that was a bump. But yeah, one sign I just passed said that going into a wildlife management area, and it's called Black Warrior. So kind of a cool name, as is Owl Creek. Yeah, I really hope I can find it, because just by the name it sounds great. I like some owls. All right, well, I'm a little bit down this road and looks like this is a campsite, a camp. So I don't know if this is Owl Creek or maybe it's divided into multiple spots, but I'm gonna check this out. It looks pretty good to me. So, not too shabby. I'm liking it so far. This is gonna work. So I backed the van up just a little bit more. Originally she was sitting right about there, but I got to looking around and noticed this big old pine leaning pretty good in her direction. Yeah, the ground is wet, the wind is blowing. Anything could come down, but I do feel better getting it a little bit out of the way of that guy. So it's getting a little bit later now. It's coming up on 3 o'clock. So the sun's gonna be going down here in a couple hours. It's actually kind of chilly. That breeze definitely drops the temperature a little bit. But I think tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit nicer weather-wise. So looking forward to that. So I've been having quite a lot of soup lately. So today I decided to switch it up and have a nice big old pot of soup. But at least it's chili. At least it's a little bit different than what I've been doing. And chili is going to go very well here on this chilly evening. So I normally get pretty good sleep when I'm out in a place like this, but last night was exceptionally good sleep. Oh boy, it was really nice. The rain was coming down a little bit, so that pushed me on off into sleep pretty quickly. But yeah, just warming up some coffee now, getting the van in order, and gonna look at the map and come up with a game plan for today, because I'm still just in the corner of this forest, and there's a lot more of it to go. Yeah, it's definitely a chilly morning. When I first got up, the wind wasn't blowing very hard, but it's starting to kind of wake up again. The breeze is coming on back. But I think it is supposed to be a little bit more clear, maybe not as cloudy as yesterday. That could have changed since yesterday. I haven't been able to check the weather since then, but yeah, it's definitely getting a little bit breezy, starting to wake on up. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure where it is, but here at Owl Creek, because it is a horse camp, there's a trail, and I imagine it's a horse trail that makes a loop around in the forest here. This road that runs through the camp here back into the woods might even be the horse trail itself. And if not, it's just a little bit further down the road. Originally, I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to check out today, but a little bit further west in the forest, there's a wilderness area, and I think it's called Sipsey, the Sipsey Wilderness. I'm thinking I might try to go look for it, because there are some trails, it looks like, that run through the wilderness, and there's plenty of hunt camps around there, recreation sites, so I imagine there'll be some good places to camp later this evening. But that's kind of the direction I'm leaning in right now. You know what's also interesting is I don't think anyone has driven by, and that's a little unusual for what I'm used to. Most of the time, you know, 2, 3, 4 vehicles will have gone by through the evening and through the night. They might have gone by while I was sleeping and I just didn't wake up, but I have not seen a single vehicle since I started down this road. So that's kind of cool. I am liking the solitude of it. I'm not sure how it's going to be over on the other side, but hopefully it'll be just as quiet. That's the thing about winter camping, is you run into less people for sure. There definitely are some folks who will get out in it no matter what, but yeah, generally the winter gets a little quieter out in places like this.
And James Havens said, "Bury me by my Indian friends on the side of the Warrior Mountains where the magnolia blooms in the spring." The Warrior Mountains. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I think I'm getting close to a trail that I believe is down this road into the Sipsey Wilderness. Yeah, I came across this information poster right here. It's pretty cool. Talks a little bit about the forests and the wildlife here. As you drive along the Northwest Road, notice the types of forest you pass through and the different birds in each one. In the damp, deciduous woods, listen for the wood thrush and hooded warbler. You will pass through mixed pine hardwood forests and unique limestone cedar woods where rare plants are found. Wow. So there's the Sipsey Wilderness right there. I'm thinking that the trail's gonna start right around here maybe. So I just found another map posted here. Yep, we're definitely
up a bit northwest in the state of Alabama. So I'm right here right now, and it looks like this is the walking trail, these red dots. So I can get down through here and make it there. So yeah, it's kind of like the sign was saying, driving through a mixture of different kinds of forests. A lot of times it's either one or the other, you know, it's like pines or hardwoods, but here it's definitely a mixture for sure. A lot of pines, a lot of oaks, a lot of cedars. So, as far as I know, this is my first time in a wilderness section of a national forest. I've been around them before, I've just never ventured off into them. So, new territory once again. But yeah, at the head of this trail, it talked about how there are caves around here in these mountains, and unfortunately they're closed, it says, but I'd just like to see one, you know? I had no idea. Yeah, so the trail gets a little hard to see at points. I've got to be really careful just to keep track of what direction I'm going, because it would be very easy for someone like me to get turned around in a place like this. Yeah, it's fascinating to think about how this landscape, this place, was home to the Native Americans, the indigenous First Nations folks. Kind of like the sign was saying back there. And it's neat that I imagine this is pretty close, if not exactly what they would have seen when they were walking around out here all those years ago. You can almost kind of feel it. Might be the power of suggestion, but it's kind of like they're still alive in spirit in a way, kind of infused into the land itself. And I try to be respectful in a place like this and keep in mind that I'm the visitor here. This is not my land. So it definitely calls for a little bit of respect and humility. Being in a landscape that could take you out if it wanted to pretty easily. Yeah, as I'm out here walking through all these rocks, I'm thinking back to what a fella told me the first day I got to Alabama. I was out on the mountain trying to find my way around, and I met this guy, and we got to talking, and he said, oh yeah, if you go out hiking here in the mountains, you're gonna come across some, rock piles and mounds, Native American burial grounds. And yeah, it made me think of a documentary I watched a little while ago, talking about how the Native American burial ground is sort of it's the subject matter of a lot of ghost stories and scary movies and things like that. But yeah, the fellow in the documentary said, when you think about it, if you're in the United States, pretty much everywhere is a Native American burial ground. That's something to think about. right, well, I believe this is where I'm gonna have to turn around, because after I crossed this little creek right here, the trail becomes a little ambiguous. So I can see a path going up this way, I'm pretty sure, but I also see what kind of looks like a path going up that way. And at this point, I don't want to be coming back through here and forget which way I went. So I think I will turn around, but we'll see how it is going back. Yeah, just a minute ago, I passed some pretty big, a sizable animal scat, let's just say. I'm not an expert on that kind of thing, so I couldn't tell you for certain what kind it was. But there was a lot of matter there, and there was evidence that whatever animal it was a carnivore. I don't remember passing that coming up through here earlier. Now I might have just stepped over it and not noticed, but it did look pretty fresh. The only thing I can think of that it might have been was some kind of cat. It was, as far as I know, way too big to be a bird. I guess it could have even been a black bear, or a coyote, but whatever it was definitely a carnivore. It's kind of got me watching over my shoulder now. Yeah, they say that some of those cats are really good at stalking, and they're really good also at telling where you're looking. They know that if your eyes are not pointed at them, they can get the drop on you. I've seen some people even go as far as to glue big old eyes, 2 of them, to the back of their hat, or just to make it look like there's some big eyes looking behind them in case something is coming up from behind. It's kind of divided. People will tell you different things in this part of the state about big cats. Some folks say, oh no, it's just the bobcats. Other folks say, no, there's some lions out here. There's some pretty hefty felines prowling around. I believe it. This would be a great place for them to thrive, and they'd have plenty of places to hide. You wouldn't have to see them. So, made it back to the van in one piece. No cats got me today, but that was really cool. Like I said, never been in a wilderness that was part of the National Forest before. That is definitely something I'd like to do more of going forward. It's pretty much just untouched out there, apart from the trail and the cuts, the tree cuts that where the trees had fallen in the trail, but pretty cool. So it's about 1:30 p.m. now. What I want to do is start thinking about where I want to settle in for the evening. There was a hunt camp down the road. It looked pretty nice. I think I saw some bathrooms and that kind of thing. But on the way there, I might see something else. So I'm gonna go look in here in a moment. Well, sure enough, just a mile up from where I was parked, found a little pull off here. So rather than going to that campsite, I don't see anything wrong with parking it here. I think I'm still in the wildlife management area, but I haven't seen any no camping signs. A lot of times they will post them if you're not allowed to camp here. So I think I'm okay. We'll find out, but I'm happy with it for right now. Yeah, I believe this is cedar. Um, I can't remember the last time I tried to burn cedar. I'm sure I have at some point, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. So this cedar is actually burning pretty well. It's kind of a slow, quiet, kind of steady burn. I like that, and it smells really good too. having a sort of quiche sandwich, if you will. It's like egg and spinach and a little bit of honey Dijon, and just threw it in a sandwich. So it's not too shabby. So it's about 31 degrees right now. I want to get up, but it's so warm under these blankets. I can't bring myself to do it yet. It'll happen soon though. Just not yet. So it is still a little chilly, but dang it if it's not a beautifully clear day. And it's warming up pretty quickly too. Well, I think I'm probably fixing to mosey on out of here, but I'm in no hurry, I'll tell you that. Sure like to stay another day if I could. Well, I have a little bit of roads to go before I get out of the forest, so I'm just gonna take my time and enjoy the ride. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you later.